All right, 1-866-95-PATRIOT, 957-2874. Coming up this Sunday, we'll get back into this. Coming up this Sunday is the New York City Marathon, and the Semper Fi Fund, semperfifund.org, has some runners running in the marathon. Joining us on the program is Manny Jimenez and actor J.W. Cortes. How you guys doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
So,
Doing good. How about yourself?
is this the J.W. that's Carlos Alvarez on Gotham?
It sounds much better when you say it that way.
Well, just want to make sure we get it out there. That's you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Manny, you're an injured Marine, right? You're a former Marine. You're injured.
Yeah, correct.
Tell me about that. And you're running, right?
Yeah, we're running the full 26.2.
And may I ask what your injuries are?
I'm above elbow amputee on my shoulder. I have a mild TBI, complete hearing loss in my left ear.
Well, God bless you then. I mean, that just proves the spirit of the Marines.
Thank you.
All right, JW, you're a Marine too.
That's correct.
That's. I mean, you don't see a lot of actors. You and Adam Driver and is it Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman. I think Jonathan Winters.
And B. Arthur. Can't leave out B. Arthur.
That's right, B. Arthur, and I think
Most
Don
people don't know
Knotts.
that. Don Knotts?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow. So you guys are coming here you're here now. You're going to be running in the marathon. Tell me about the Semper Fi Fund.
Semper Fi Fund, there are so many different organizations out there. But for me, the Semper Fi Fund absolutely does a tremendous job, not only for our veterans across all the armed services, but for their families as well. To date, they've given $158 million in that effort. So, they're just one of the better ones out there, I believe, and super transparent. And now they've even teamed up with Bob Parsons, who's also a former U.S. Marine, the CEO and founder of GoDaddy.com, with an incredible initiative called it's a match campaign called Double Down for Veterans.
Now, do you happen to be in New York on Veterans Day, or are you going back to L.A.?
Well, I'm a native New Yorker, and the good news is that we shoot Gotham right here in New York City.
Oh.
So I'm based out of here, so I will be here for Veterans Day.
Well, I apologize for not knowing where the show was shot. Let me give you an open invite then. We are broadcasting my radio program from a bar in Times Square called Emmett O'Looney's at 50th and Broadway. And we are raising money for Operation Chill Out. We are raising money for the Red Circle Foundation, which is a Navy SEAL charity, Horses for Heroes in New Mexico, Wishes for Warriors, and Stop Soldier Suicide. If you got nothing better to do on Veterans Day, we'd love you to stop by.
Oh, I'd love to be there.
Because, I mean, we do it, and here's what we're doing. We're going to be broadcasting from 1 to 4 p.m., so 3 hours. We're normally Monday through Friday, but I'm going to be doing an extra day. We have 175 Harley riders riding donation checks from Tremont and Harley-Davidson in Hope, New Jersey, with a police escort through the Lincoln Tunnel, going to be picked up by NYPD, and we have a parade permit to shut down 50th Street. So they're going to park all of these Harleys out front of the bar and bring their donation checks into the bar.
That is remarkable. Good job.
Well, thank you. I mean, and you know what? While you're there, we have the 5 charities on the shirt. This is what we did. We made a T-shirt for it, and people are buying the shirt by making a donation. So I'm not touching any of the money, but while you're there, I would give you all the opportunity you needed to raise money for the Semper Fi Fund.
That's tremendous. Wow. Thank you so much. I know they'll be excited to hear that. So I guess, we have no other alternative. We must be there. Count me in.
All right. So you know what? I mean, I'll have no problem, because what we're doing is we for the shirts that we have, it says Vet Ride 2017. It's got a really awesome logo. We're selling them for a minimum $20 donation to any one of our charities. If you jump on the air with me while you're there, I'll open it up to your charity. Say, you write a check for $20 to the Semper Fi Fund. We'll throw you one of these T-shirts.
Excellent.
All right. So 26.2 miles. How do you train for this while you're doing the acting gig?
That's a great question. I every day that I strapped on those sneakers, whether I was tired or super busy, whatever I could come up, whatever excuse I could come up with, I would take a moment, and I'd go through my social media and I would check in on Kyle Carpenter, right, Medal of Honor recipient, or I'd listen to David Goggins, a U.S. Navy SEAL ultra marathoner, or I'd look at a picture with me and my brother Chris Kyle, who was, as you know, he was murdered a couple of years ago. And I would just think about what does it mean to be able to actually perform something like this. And if you do that long enough, you start to figure out there really are no excuses. It's just a matter of putting yourself aside and say, this is for a much bigger cause and a bigger reason. And that's what's kept me on track to complete this 26.2.
That, and you can't let Manny do it by himself. I mean, come on. I mean, if you're thinking like, I had a hard day on set, and Manny's like, yeah, you had a hard day. You're right.
You had a hard day.
You had a hard
right.
day. So
can't let him beat me either.
No. Well, Manny, how long, how often, how much training have you done for this?
So I've done a lot of training coming into it. I do marathons. I find it as my way of my recovery. Since I've been injured, I found it as a way that there really can't be any advantages besides how hard you dedicate yourself and train. And the Semper Fi Fund has helped me through that, through organizing many races that I've competed throughout the years since I've been injured. So it's been challenging for me with school, because I'm a full-time student as well.
Well, it's just incredible, because if somebody said to me, look, I did my tour of duty. I did four tours of duty, which is, it's unlike other wars. We got guys that did 5, 6, 7, 8 tours. They said, I just want to, go home and forget all this stuff and just get on with my life. I would understand it. I absolutely, totally admire people who stay dedicated to the cause when they have every right to just say, you know what, I've done my time. I just kind of want to get on with my life.
You're right. I think a lot of us probably could take that route, but anyone that has served any amount of time in uniform, we realize that there is no difference from us and the ones who didn't make it back home. It could have been us easily, and in some situations, sometimes we cheat death, and we make it back home. But I think for us, it's also an extension of our service to those who are still in uniform, and just a way for us to say thank you, God, or whoever you believe in, that I'm able to come home, and they weren't. I just feel a tremendous amount of responsibility to make the most of the days that I have left on Earth.
Well, that's awesome. All right, listen. I forgot one more famous Marine, Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, yeah.
Yeah, Kylo Ren. I mean, come on. Kylo Ren is a Marine. Well, listen, I'm being sincere. When I say if you got nothing better to do, I know you're an actor and you're probably in high demand. But if you're around the parade route on Veterans Day, we'd love to have you stop by, hop on the air, talk about the Semper Fi Fund, talk about raising money. If we could help you raise some money on Veterans Day, I'm more than happy to do it.
Thank you so much.
All right, so put them both on hold, and let's make sure they have all the information so they know where the bar is, time, and all that stuff. 1-866-95-PATRIOT, 957-2874.